Okay, so this is lesson 2. You should have got to the stage where you've drawn out the basic outline shape of your bottle. You've got the bottle as symmetrical as you can make it, and it's in proportion as best as it possibly can. The second lesson is now to start adding tone and shading and looking at where the dark and the light areas are in your bottle. So, to give you an example, I've got a bottle here that I did a drawing of a while ago, and you can see here what I've done is, using a pencil, I've drawn out where all the lighter areas are first, and that is where there's maybe a light shining on the bottle or where there's a window reflection in the bottle, etc. And so what I've done is I've started at the top and I'm working on that top part first and the neck, and it's always easier to start at the top and work your way down the bottle. So that's an example there of how we're going to start doing our tone and shading. And I've got another example here as well, which is exactly the same. So here I've got a light bit here, I've got another light bit here and here, and those don't get shaded in at all. They get white, they're left with the white paper. So putting those to the side, I'm going to look at my drawing now. Now my bottle, I've got a window to the right of me, so most of the lighter tones on my bottle are falling down this side. If you've got a bottle on the right, the light will fall down. If you've got a window on the right, then the bottle will have reflections on the right hand side, and obviously the opposite way around if the window's on the other side. So take your pencil and make a start on drawing, just focusing on this top part of the bottle first. And what I want you to do is, taking your time, again drawing lightly using your HB pencil and drawing where the white areas are in the bottle, where you will not go over with any shading, okay? Not go over with any shading at all. So I've got a couple of highlights in this bottle top bit here where the cork went in, and I've got another bit and it curves, this reflection curves because the bottle curves out here, and I've got a big white bit here as well, and I've got another bit here. So I'm only going to go to where the bottom of the neck is. I'm going to focus on that area first. I've got a tiny bit of light here on either side, and a little bit of light here, and a little bit of light there. So I'm only going to focus on this area first. I'm going to put a line there so that we don't go any further. Now, you're going to be given 2 pencils from your teacher. You're going to get a lighter toned pencil, which can be a H pencil or a 2H pencil. Even a HB is quite light. And then a 2B pencil, which is a darker tone pencil. And a 2B pencil is softer. H pencils are harder and lighter. 2B pencils are darker and much softer. Always, always, always start with the lighter tone first and gradually build up to the darker tones. If you start heavy and you want to rub it out and change it, you'll struggle with a 2B pencil. So it's best to take your time and go slowly and carefully. Right, okay, so I'm going to start with my 2H pencil and I'm going to start shading in the areas that are dark. Now, again, this is not going to be that dark because obviously I've got just a H pencil, but I'm going to shade lightly and I'm going to use the side of my pencil. When you're shading in art, you always use the side of your pencil, not the point of your pencil. So I'm using this H, it's making everything lighter, but at least I've got a tone in it and it helps me get started. And I'm going to go down here. So I'm just taking my time, and I'm going to keep going up and down all in the same direction rather than going in diagonal shapes, etc. We want to keep the shading going in the same direction as much as you possibly can. Now with your H pencil, I've added that in lightly, but I could use my H pencil, and what I could do is lean a wee bit more heavily to see if I can get some darker tones, which I can get a wee bit darker here. There we go. A wee bit darker here, and a bit darker there as well. Doesn't go much darker, but it gives you a slight change in tone. So now what we're looking at is about 3 different tones in our paper. We've got the pure white of the paper, we've got the light H tone, and we're now getting the darker H tone. It's very dark here and very dark on this side, because this side's obviously getting no light at all. And it's really important that you keep looking every few seconds at what's in front of you before you put pencil to paper. Now, I'm going to go on to my 2B. Make sure when you're using your 2B, your 2B pencil is sharp. But again, remember only to use the side of the pencil for shading. So, where are my darkest bits? I've got a really dark bit here at the top of the bottle. So I'm using the side of my pencil. And then it's really dark around this side here as well. There we go. And I'm just going to draw in the outline shape again of this curvy bit at the top. And then obviously it's much darker on this left side because there's no light getting to that. Go. I'm just using a bit of the point of my pencil to bring in a wee bit of the line, and I'm just going to take the cork out of my bottle just so I can see what it looks like at the top. So it's quite dark here, very dark here, and then just a bit lighter inside. And again, keeping my shading using the side of my pencil and keeping all my lines in the same direction, or my shading all in the same direction. And then I'm going to work my way down. So again, it's much darker on this left side because there's no window in that left side. So I keep going down. If you're lucky enough, you might be able to get your hands on a 6B. Now, a 6B is very soft and obviously much darker than a 2B pencil. And you don't go mad and cover this all over the bottle, even though it might be a dark coloured bottle. It's important you only use this in areas to tweak and enhance that shading. So for example, if you look at this example here, I've only used the 6B pencil here. I've used it here at the back, I've used it down the sides just slightly here, and obviously I did it in this label here, did a wee bit at the top here, but I haven't done it over the whole bottle. You only do it in sections. Again, you can see it here, I've only used the 6B here, a wee bit of tweaking up here, and then some darker tones here as well, where all these reflections were in the bottle. Okay, so using my 2B, I'm going to do some tweaking. So this part here is very dark. It's dark on this side as well. So I'm just tweaking to bring these darker tones out a wee bit. But like I said, I'm not going mad and I'm not covering the whole bottle, okay? Not covering the whole bottle with the 6B pencil, even though it's a dark coloured glass that I'm drawing. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to work on the neck of your bottle, then you'll work your way down to the label, and then from the label down to the bottom. And that's what you're going to work through over the course of this lesson. If you finish that, I've got another demonstration which talks to you about how to do your lettering. So don't do the lettering and don't do the label until you've watched my third demo, which explains how to do that. So I will continue with my bottle drawing and I'll let you get working on your own one.